November 19th, 2025. It's about 10 minutes to 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm connecting telepathically with 3i Atlas, and the term that I was able to come up with 3i Atlas, which in today's session feels more feminine than before. It felt a bit more masculine to me. Now it feels a bit more feminine. The being itself doesn't identify as either one. So the term we were able to come up with together in the Akashic Records is original wanderer. Original wanderer. It seems that 3i Atlas is the first, the way that it's coming through is that this is the first piece of materialized source that broke away. Yeah. The first piece of materialized source that broke away and began interdimensional exchange. And I'm asking in the Akashic Records, is interdimensional exchange common? They're showing me no, it's not very common. It's pretty rare in the grand scheme of things. It's kind of they're showing it to me as a drop of water in all of the water on the earth. It's rare. And so they're showing me interesting. In previous connections, I was shown that 3i Atlas would exchange with our sun, and then the great central sun, and then back to the sun and to us. And right now what they're showing me is that there's an aspect of 3i Atlas that's near or around the great central sun. And so they're kind of showing me this cascading effect where it's not just here. And they're showing me like a drop in the bucket, or it's this small piece. It looks like a piece of rock that dropped away from source, but within source. So being shown that this message itself, it's going to be very activating for you. So if that's something you want for yourself, they're just showing me the nesting dolls again, or Russian dolls, where the dimensions are more so layers within layers that are all connected. They're all somewhat mirrors of one another. Mirrors of one another. And so now they're showing me that it's as if 3i Atlas being here was the trade. Interesting. It's as if they're showing me all of the other planets other than Earth that ever had this fall. It's as if all of them are being visited by something like a three-eye atlas right now. Yeah? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So they're showing me it's like we're seeing a very small piece of the puzzle with this. This is it's much more interwoven and interconnected. Again, they're showing me convergence. So they're showing me that, but it has to do with timelines too. So they're showing me that Three-Eye Atlas would have corrected distorted timelines or collapsed them. Yeah, kind of one or the other. I'm just asking if they'll show me anything else. Okay. It's interesting. Now they're showing me a very, it's not what I would think of for them, but it's like a light purpley pink, like a light purpley pink color. And it's for whatever reason, this being, this Three-Eye Atlas being, feels to be moving through all of the rays of the rainbow rays. Yeah. It's as if it's, now they're showing me guitar strings being plucked. It's almost as if it's, Three-Eye Atlas is like the pick, like the guitar pick across all the strings. Yeah, in a way. At least energetically, when we scan out, that's what it's looking like. So I'm just asking to see it. So when I see it from like 12D is as wide out as I can go, that's what it looks like. It looks like a guitar, a set of just guitar strings being plucked by this Three-Eye Atlas. And it's interesting now that I'm going with this analogy. They're showing me that each one of the strings will have called this Three-Eye Atlas pick something different. It's funny. Yeah, then they're showing me it's something to do with proxy. They're saying it's non-proximal, it's hard to get a read on that part of the message. Okay, I'm just asking Three-Eye Atlas if they have anything else to say. I'm actually asking, will we be able to see the, oh dear. They're showing me doctored images. Doctored images. Interesting. They're also showing me that it's almost expressing this message to me that it doesn't desire to be seen. Which is interesting, because that's changed, it feels. Yes. It's almost as if it's because it is a consciousness. It's a living being. Not one that we can conceptualize of because it's interdimensional, and interdimensionals are so rare. But it's definitely right now expressing to me that it's almost as if we've recalibrated to each other, and I can hear it now, or at least get a better, understanding. And it's kind of, it's saying yes. It doesn't desire to be seen. And it's also kind of giving me this message right now of, it's done what it was meant to do. It's almost like, and this is just me as Bree that's reading it this way, maybe, but it feels as though Three-Eye Atlas is like, okay, humans, move on. It's that's not exactly it, but it's it's kind of saying this message of don't let the show of it become a distraction. The codes have been sent. Now we're really best benefited to go within and access those codes because they've gone out, and it is ancient memory. So we're all going to be accessing these Akashic records real soon. Yeah. And they're showing me too that individually we'll all have different accesses into the Akashic records. So, and it's always going to be shifting and changing as far as to what we're accessing and what's available in any given moment based on the resonant energies, the frequencies available. But it's quantum, so it is accessible whenever you'd like. Okay, we're closing out the session. I hope that you received something from this today. Do leave a comment, and hopefully this served in the highest and best good of all. That is always my intention. I was very curious, and then I had that connection, so I just popped on a little recording to share this for those of you that are, I know that there's a lot of you connecting, so this was a new understanding for me. This is going to take some time for me to even process, to be honest. I see it very differently now, and I understand it more. And some of the things that I've channeled earlier are now starting to make a bit more sense about attuning and the way that all the dimensions are involved with this stuff. We think it's just Earth, but it's much more grand and expanded than that. All right. So closing this in love, leave a comment, and be sure to hydrate. Let's take a deep breath together. Namaste.